Have you ever felt like you're just shouting into the void? You create post after post, article after article, and it all just kind of disappears? What if instead of just making more noise, you could actually build something? A powerful, deliberate system that guides your audience exactly where you want them to go. Well, that's the whole idea behind what's called the text blockchain. And today, we're going to break it all down. Now, before we dive in, if you're ready to build a system instead of just creating content, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that like button so you don't miss what's coming up next.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll start by really nailing down the problem, what I like to call content chaos. Then we'll get to the good stuff, the solution, the text blockchain. From there, we'll actually build your strategic foundation, learn how to anticipate your audience's unasked questions, and finally, we'll master the art of connecting every single piece of content into one powerful, unbreakable chain.
Okay, let's talk about the problem, and I think this is something a lot of us can relate to. See, creating content without a real system feels a lot like dumping a box of those little kids' letter blocks all over the floor. You've got all the individual pieces, right? But together, they don't form any kind of message. It's just noise.
And here's what that difference looks like. On the left, you see those random letters. That's the chaos, the noise. But on the right, those exact same letters are organized into a system to form a clear word, idea. This is the big shift we're talking about, moving from just chaotic noise to a powerful, intentional message that people can actually grasp.
So, how do we make that leap from chaos to a coherent system? Well, the answer is a concept called the text blockchain. And don't worry, despite the techie-sounding name, this has absolutely nothing to do with cryptocurrency. It is all about a really powerful strategy for communication.
The core idea here is actually pretty simple. A text blockchain is just a sequence where every new piece of content you create builds directly on the last one. Each block adds another layer of meaning, guiding your audience step by step. And if you're sitting there wondering if this actually works in the real world, just look at Xerox. They use this exact principle to build a billion-dollar empire.
What's so fascinating is just how methodical Xerox was about this. Back in the 50s, everyone thought copying was this incredibly complex, messy thing. So in 1959, Xerox ignored all their technical features and just hammered home one single idea. Copying is simple. They literally had a chimpanzee do it in a commercial, just to prove the point. Only after that idea really landed did they add the next block to their chain. It's also clean. And finally, once people believed that, they added the last block to seal the deal. And now it's affordable. It was just a masterclass in building a message one simple block at a time.
And the result of all that? Well, this quote is just staggering. A 10-year revenue goal was achieved in just 6 months. That is the incredible power of a systematic chain of messages. It proves it's so much more effective than just throwing everything at the wall and hoping something, anything, sticks. All right, so you've seen the power of the chain. Now, how do you actually build your own? Well, before you can lay down that first block of content, you need a rock-solid foundation, and that foundation rests on 3 absolutely critical pillars. First up, who are you? You have to make a choice. Are you going to be a generalist for everyone or a specialist for a specific someone? Second, why are you even building this? You have to define the single, ultimate goal of your entire chain. Is it to make a sale? To build trust? Get specific. And third, and this is so crucial, for whom? You have to go way beyond just demographics and really understand their hidden fears, their biggest hopes, and the exact language they use when they talk about their problems. Okay, with your foundation in place, this is where the real art begins. Because the best content doesn't just answer the questions people are asking out loud. It actually anticipates and answers the questions they're only thinking. It addresses their silent doubts and takes them on a journey of persuasion.
Think of it like this. Every potential customer starts at the very bottom of this ladder thinking, I don't need this. Now, your content's job isn't to shout at them from the top. No, it's to build the rungs, one by one, helping them climb from, I don't need this, to, okay, do I really need this? And then, all right, but do I need it from you? Until they naturally get to the top and say, I'll take it.
Let's make this super practical. Imagine a photographer selling a posing guide. An expert might be silently thinking, why do I need this? I'm not a model. So the first content block answers that unasked question. It's to help you look more confident and save time. And instantly, their mindset shifts from posing isn't for me to, okay, I need to learn this. But then the next doubt creeps in. Who are you to teach me this? So the next block of content establishes credibility, turning that skepticism into real trust. See, each piece of content is designed to dismantle one specific doubt.
So, you've got your foundation. You know which doubts you need to address. But how do you actually link these content blocks together so people keep following along? Well, the secret, it comes straight from Hollywood.
The technique is the cliffhanger. Just think about your favorite TV series and how it ends an episode on some dramatic moment that makes you have to watch the next one. Each piece of your content should do the same thing. You end with a hook, a question, a promise, a little hint of what's coming that leaves your audience needing to know what happens next.
And really, that's the ultimate goal here. This isn't just a sales funnel or some kind of marketing trick. As this quote says, the text blockchain is fundamentally a technology for building strong relationships. You're not just selling, you're guiding, you're helping, and you're earning trust, one block at a time.
So here it is, your blueprint for action. First, trade all that chaos for a system. Second, layer your messages one by one, just like Xerox did. Third, define your foundation, your who, your why, and your for whom. Fourth, become a bit of a mind reader and answer their silent questions. And finally, link it all together with those irresistible cliffhangers. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is that very first block in your chain? What is the single most important, most foundational message that your audience needs to hear from you right now? If this guide helped you rethink your whole content strategy, please show your support with a like and subscribe for more deep dives into big ideas just like this one.